So while we're waiting for another minute, just invite you to put all your belongings down, lose all your distractions, uncross your legs, and place your palms like this in the upper position. It's a really good posture to say, I'm here and I'm ready to receive. It's a really good preparation exercise because what I'll be doing here today is energy work as well as talking and engaging with you as an audience to see why are you here, because this is your session. It's not actually about me. I'll share a little bit about me, but this is your time. So just take that moment to close your eyes and to go within. And tune into your heart space. And let your breath allow you to receive energy. So breathing in to receive and open to light and truth and wisdom, the truth of who you are. Breathing out, let the out breath be your release. So as you breathe in, you'll feel in your body where there might be tension, heaviness, emotional upset, or confusion in the mind. And so this way I'm teaching you a healing breath, which is a really powerful way to connect to source energy and to keep your own energy good. And it also helps you to receive energy when you're receiving healing. Breathing in to receive and open. Breathing out, I release and I let go. Letting your breath be gentle, and let your breath have the fragrance of love. Let the breath be a breath of light that sings with the light in your own heart, in your own soul. That part of you which is already pure. Observe your breath. Is it forced? Is it tight? Is it laboured? Is it short? Just observe and then just soften a little and allow it to become more graceful. And just fall into this effortless rest. It's now beginning to fill the room. Call upon your own spiritual team, your guardian angels, to walk alongside you and to be with you today. Tune into your soul and ask yourself, what brought me here today? What is it that I wish to receive? And just let that bubble up into your awareness, knowing that all is welcome. What is it that I'm also ready to let go of that might be in the way of me receiving my good? And now I invite you to breathe down into your feet. This is a grounding exercise. It helps you to be anchored here to this planet and into your body. So now breathing into your feet, imagine you've got roots coming out of your feet like a tree in a sacred forest. And extend those roots deep into Mother Earth, Gaia. She's a beautiful being of love and light, and she holds everyone who resides on her, every creature, with love. I asked her one day when I was communicating, what do you think about all these things that are happening in the world, this chaos and everything else? And she said, they're just my children learning And it was a great learning for me to just still stay anchored to love, unconditional love. So she's here to hold us. So when the earth is shaking, or those that have lived through the earthquakes, you want to breathe into your feet, breathe into the heart of Gaia, and feel her holding you steady, and then draw that energy up, which you're going to do now. So just imagine you're drawing with your breath up from Mother Earth, Gaia, breathing up that love and that supportive energy up through your feet, up through your legs, your hips, your stomach, your chest, every part of your body, your heart, across your collarbone, down your arms, your hands, fingertips, all the way up to your neck, into your face, into your jaw, your eyes, eye sockets, ears, to your beautiful brain. And then see it showering outwardly all the way through your gorgeous, beautiful energy field. You are like a beautiful, shining star. And really breathe with purpose. You're breathing love and support into your body. Feel how that feels. You have the power of observation to learn and grow through your experience with energy. And now, imagine above your head is your crown chakra, opening up to the heavens, receiving light from the sun, the moon, and the stars. And it's just raining down on you, this beautiful, gorgeous light. And it's intermingling with you and filling you up from above. At the same time, you're filling up from below. And at the same time, you're singing in your heart and letting that light open and connect you to your soul. Breathing above and breathing from below simultaneously. Receiving like a flower opens up to the sun. To receive, like the roots travel down to the earth to connect and receive. We are the same. And now remembering, what was it that brought you here today? Because this will govern the flavour of what I bring through today. I'm here to serve you, to serve your soul light. When you're ready in your own time, just feeling the seat you're sitting on, feel the feet on the floor, and bring yourself fully present into this room, staying connected to your breath, staying connected to your soul light, staying connected to your spiritual healing team. And that will happen throughout this class today. And when you're ready, opening up your eyes in your own time when you feel ready. Welcome. Thank you for all willingly participating along with that journey with me. How is everyone feeling? I want to get a feel for where everybody's at, and then I'll give a brief introduction about me, and then we'll get right into it. So how is everyone? I do need to mention that I've got a very handsome filmmaker there behind the camera. It's my first time filming myself, so he's going to be focusing on me, not on you guys and gals. So yesterday was my first time, today is my second time. So if you're feeling a little nervous, so am I. It's all good. But the reason I'm doing this is it doesn't matter if you're in this room receiving healing energy and connecting to healing energy. Your essence is vast and boundless. This is why distant healing is possible. When we tune into the truth of who we are, a star being of light that just travels out boundlessly. then if I make a video of this and I can then share it with other people, then more people can get this benefit. More people can get educated about the truth of who they are. So I'm hoping that you're all comfortable with that. So how are we? How was that exercise? Going to have some feedback.
Feel totally relaxed now.
You feel totally relaxed. Is that a normal state that you normally feel? Or would that be a sometimes state?
Probably feel a bit tense sometimes without even realising it.
Correct, yeah. Hands up those who can relate to that. Yeah, I can put 2 hands up. We go in and out like that, and it all depends on how well connected we are to where we need to be to connect and fill up from source. And so what tends to happen is we try to fill up from other people, and then other people let us down, and then we get caught up in this mind battle. Anybody can relate to that? I can put 2 hands up. Yeah. So in my life, people let me down. Family let me down. I mean, everybody, no one's perfect. I'm not perfect, you know, it's just the nature of it. But I believe we're here for a reason. I believe we're here on earth is such a supreme opportunity for us to learn how to transcend these difficulties and connect to the light. And then as we learn to do that, we can teach others how to do that from direct experience. I could tell you anything till the cows come home. And it means nothing until you've gone and walked through that door and had a direct experience for yourself. Then it becomes a knowing. So that is the reason why I start out with getting you all to connect with your breath and with light. Because now you've been given an experience, you can go home and hopefully practice. Because if you don't, you'll quickly forget it and you'll slip back. And like anything, like with a new practice, see it as like riding a bike. Can you all remember what it was like to ride a bike? Wobbly? And that's okay, because you're learning something. I didn't learn to sit and meditate easily. I was hopeless at it. Busy mind. And then I came across the books that said, meditation for those who don't have time to stop. It was like a 2-3 minute meditation. And it reminded me of a set of traffic lights. And it held me steady when I was going through a difficult time in my life. The red light stands for stop when I'm feeling stressed and my body's trying to scream at me to stop. That's red light. Orange light. Pause. Give myself the moment to pause, just like we did first thing this morning. Pause to connect to light, to connect to source. And the source that's actually within us. It's not separate from us. So we have to shift away from reaching for something that's outside of us. It's actually in here. And then we connect to those elements that can help us feel vibrant inside. And that's why it's good to find spiritual mentors, I guess, that they can help show you the way, but the way to be shown is to connect yourself directly into your own light. I'm hoping that makes sense. Feel free to ask me a question anytime if there's something doesn't make sense. Yeah. So a little bit of my personal background. Who was here yesterday? No, all newbies today? Great. I know there's some people in here that I know. So forgive me if I repeat myself and you've already heard it. So I was born in Tauranga, and my first learning happened when I was 3 years old, when my father had his nervous breakdown. I didn't know back then that I was sensitive, and that means I was picking up feelings, emotional feelings. That's my most prominent gift. So I was taking everything on board. Can anybody relate to that? Does anyone sense and feel that you do that? Yeah, so you're in the right room. So I need to tell this story. Yeah, we are all here to understand how are we as energy beings? Let's forget about being a human. We're energy light beings having a human experience. So let's wake up to that truth. So, and you may not get that truth from your family. I certainly didn't. I got taught that I was made wrong, that I'm too emotional. Because around me, and they weren't doing it deliberately to hurt me, they were in fact doing the best that they could with their own awareness that they had at the time. They were scared. So as I looked at my father breaking down, I saw a broken shadow of a father. But at 3 years old, I didn't understand that. I could just feel this fear in the family, and I could feel my mother plummeting into depression. I can remember her sitting in a room smoking cigarettes. She didn't smoke. But as a 3-year-old child, we remember through pictures. So you probably have pictures of your own, and it carries an energy, and it carries the energy and the trauma of that situation if we haven't learnt how to breathe into those areas and to release them and free ourselves from that trauma. So what happened to me, being a sensitive, is I held on to what I was picking up in my body. So my body over time became heavy. And then I started to overreact very easily because I was stuffing down my stuff but also picking out everybody else's stuff. And so it was like this pressure cooker, one little tap and something would come out. And then I'd be easily reactive to things I'd watch on TV. And then I thought, oh, I'm not allowed to cry there either because apparently crying's wrong. Anybody relate to that? You know, it's like, don't cry in front of other people. But I've since discovered the reason that that's there is because part of my soul is connecting with what I'm seeing on TV, and it's meeting me in my place of pain and hurt. And your emotions are a sacred energy system. It's part of your human experience. It's to give yourself the permission to feel and the power of your emotion. So, carrying on that story, and even coughing, the body shows so many ways of releasing. I'll run through that quickly. You may have discovered a few of those things while you were sitting here today. So energy can work physically in your body. You can feel twinges, you can feel heat, you can feel cold, you can feel flutters. Have a glass of water. Do you need a glass of water? I can share mine.
Yeah.
Should be right. She'll come back. Yeah, yeah.
She's had a big cold.
Yes, exactly. So she's doing what she needs to do.
Yeah.
Exactly. And it's, you know, our bodies know what our bodies need. So if we need to cough, cough. Don't give yourself a hard time for doing it. If we need to sneeze, sneeze. How many times have I heard people sneezing and then complaining about their body sneezing? It's crazy. Your body is sneezing because something needs to come out and release. Even if it is a cold or a virus or just something in that moment is coming out. It's about learning to have a deep respect for your body and starting to understand it from a place of love and trust instead of fear. And finding your own answers. So it's okay to feel all these different sensations in your body. It's been a tremendous teacher for me. My biggest journey is learning how to self-heal, and whatever I directly experience in my body has allowed me to be okay with everybody that comes on my table to work as a healer. I'm okay with it because I've experienced it myself. So I don't have any fear with it. So if somebody wants to cough, it's okay. If somebody wants to giggle and laugh, it's okay. If somebody wants to break down in tears, it's okay. If somebody wants to shake, it's okay. Whatever this body needs to do in order to get it right, it's okay. And I learnt that by allowing myself to experience that myself. And it helped me on my journey with spiritually, with bringing through these new gifts. So, continuing on from this story, because I was holding on to everything from my father's breakdown, I ended up having to be hospitalised. I wasn't going to the toilet, I was holding it all in. So I ended up going to hospital, and then finally I let go. But I have this really important, powerful memory of being in my hospital bed and pulling my whole family together. And somehow this 3-year-old self who saw this family disintegrating felt like I'd achieved something. Even my father from the psychiatric ward across the road was able to come and visit me. And I remember all of them being around with me, and I felt like I'd achieved something. But I don't recommend getting sick to achieve it. So it's really good to look back in your life to see what are your experiences, what has happened in your life, what are they here to potentially teach you. How can I draw upon love and connect to that source of my own power so I can fill myself up instead of waiting for others to change, waiting for my family to be different, or my friends to be different, or my colleagues to be different. The power lies within us, within you. So moving on from that, I then got inspired later on as a teenager to be a nurse, and then I started nursing. I wanted to help people. I wanted to help people because I saw my father struggling, I saw my mum struggling. It's not an easy thing to live alongside. And I wanted to help. And it was a good backbone of understanding health. But I did notice one thing in the hospital environment. They do a great job. It's necessary. We all need hospitals. But predominantly people who with chronic health issues were very disempowered with their own health and well-being. Oh, whatever, it's whatever the doctor tells me, whatever, next pill, next operation. They were disengaged from their body. They were disengaged from their self. And that's what led me to learn about Louise Hay, about the power of your heart and your feelings. Hands at those who've heard of Louise Hay, that beautiful woman who just died recently, about 90. So for those of you who haven't heard of Louise Hay, her first book I refer to as my first Bible, called You Can Heal Your Life. This beautiful big rainbow heart. Did you see the rainbow that was there this morning? If you got up as early as I did, there was a beautiful rainbow. And she is all about loving yourself. Welcome back. And I learned to start loving myself, to start forgiving myself. I learned to start filling myself up where I wasn't getting that from other people. And I began that journey of claiming my power back and learning to heal me. And then as a result of doing nursing, I'd also started my first massage course, and I started to feel energy in my hands. And then I started doing Reiki, spiritual healing, reconnective healing, and then that all kind of just fell away. And I came into my own intuitive, soul-guided form of healing. And then that's just a beautiful dance of opening and surrendering. Just like you did today. It's not like a great big sort of voila, boom, suddenly I'm different. Because there's a lot of fear out there. There's a lot of fear about spirituality, spiritual gifts, and where do you go, and what do you trust. So you go at your own pace. It's your journey. When you walk around all these different stalls here, sit in here and feel into what feels right. Feel into what feels safe. Let your own being, your own wisdom guide you. Well, isn't that a great skill to have? We've all got that. Hands up those who want to sit in that. Should be seeing every single hand up. Yeah. Because I know I have gone to various people and I've had beautiful readings and I've got friends that do that and I love that. And I still have them, but I go there not to get new ideas or fresh answers. I go to get confirmation on the guidance I'm already aware of. And then that feels like I'm sitting down with a great friend. I'm going, aha, I'm not completely mad. Someone else is saying the same thing too. Yeah? Whereas in the past, when I didn't have that greater connection to my spirit, then someone would tell me all these things, and sometimes I'd be in a wheel spin. I'm going, oh, what does that mean? Oh, I'm not too sure. And you go into overthinking. So get to know who you are. Find time to connect to the light within. And the most powerful and simplistic way is what I taught you today, is through your breath. And then you go into nature. You go where it's already perfect and whole. And you focus. Every time you go outside of nature, this is your homework. And I won't be sitting there watching to see if you do it. but you'll be missing out on those experiences that then leave you with a knowing. So I observed as a sensitive, when I walked in nature, I started experimenting with this breath. And as I gazed upon the tree and the leaf falling and the wind dancing with the leaves, I breathed into what I was witnessing and I went, and I was connecting to the vibrancy of the energy all around me, and I felt my own energy field amplify. I thought, wow, how come no one's told me this? We don't get born and say, here you go, this is what you can do we? We're thrown into a world of chaos. So I thought, wow. So every person that comes to me on my table, I'm teaching them this because I want people to really get a sense that you've got everything in here actually to make yourself begin that journey on feeling whole, feeling centered, and claiming your power back. So I invite you to spend time in nature. Hands up those who meditate. There's more than one way to meditate. I can now sit down cross-legged and light a candle and have a few good experiences, but some of my most meaningful experiences are actually walking in nature, being connected to my breath, because what that does is it connects me to my body, and then I become present. I shift out of being in here and being distracted, and I come back into here, into feeling. And that's the first beginning point. You have to center yourself, and then it's like turning that radio on and turning that dial on into the right station. Now, voila, I can now hear and receive my wisdom. Well, now I can listen and tune in and receive the guidance I need to hear. Does this make sense? If it doesn't, please ask me questions. Great. So now I want to tune into, I think you've got a bit of an idea, I'll tune into the transition of what happened when I started doing light language. So who's heard of light language before? A few of us, and there's a few that haven't. So light language is the universal energy of the soul. Think of yourself as we're star beings. We've come from so many places. It's very rapid frequencies that come through. My nickname for it is gobbledygook. Someone else called it gibberish the other day, but it isn't that. It's a language of light, or I would say languages of light. It's energy coming through, connecting with your soul, connecting with where you've come from. So sometimes the sounds that come through change according to the needs of the group. And because our universal source energy is boundless, it can intermingle with all of you in the way that it's meant for you individually. Because it is all knowing, it is all wise. And so about a year ago, I was meditating and I dropped in and I connected up with these light beings in a circle, and I was just quietly meeting with them and going around and namasteing them, welcoming and going, oh, this is really nice. And then they showed me an empty chair and they said, oh, that's yours. I'm going, oh, that's a bit of a game changer. So I had to get comfortable with that. And it's a journey for me, like it is with anything, like that journey of learning to ride your bike, like learning anything new. So I'm learning to trust and open and allow these beautiful beings of light to communicate with me, because they are on a high frequency. So they're able to bring through very powerful healing frequencies that can help you to shine a little energy. And even though I'm not bringing light language in, we are working already now in this room, because energy works with just when truth is spoken. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And you don't have to take on board everything I have to say. I would invite you to question it. That's what I do. I question all the time. I go and hear someone, listen to someone, I'm questioning. Oh yeah, I can take that, but nah, that doesn't feel right. Oh, but this feels right, you know, because you've got your own innate wisdom there. So I invite you to do that. And when the more you tune into your innate wisdom, the more that you can go, then you're stop being afraid of sharing that wisdom, and you can then share that with other people. And there's wisdom in our vulnerability. In fact, vulnerability is a huge, huge catalyst for change. Because if I share my story that I've come through an experience of growing up with a father with a mental illness and then ending up in hospital myself and struggling. You know, and years later, during the earthquakes, I had a huge moment of depression. And I hurt my shoulder. My dad died. So I had to go through all of that. And you know what kept me going? I had some help, but I had to connect to Source. I had to do what I've done all those years, that I began the process a long time ago, first with Louise Hay, learning to love myself. I then became aware and connecting to Source. I became aware of my healing team, and I asked them to help me. And I asked nature to help me. And I began that process of starting to pick myself up off the floor and heal. So I injured my shoulder New Year's Eve. That was after the first earthquake. Hands up those who were here for the earthquakes. Yeah. And some of you might be thinking, bloody earthquakes. I've had my moment of thinking that. So I'll share this other story before I bring through the healing energy, because stories are important, because we've all got our stories and we all need to develop a place of compassion and understanding what we've been through, because they're great teachers. So my dad unexpectedly died and I got back home. It was not an easy funeral because of his complicated history and family dynamics. And I remember sitting there on the couch Friday night going, great, I can just focus on grieving now. But of course, the earthquake happened the next day. So suddenly I'm thrown into hyper alert, fearful state, getting ready, staying safe, next one, staying safe. And this is relevant even if you haven't lived through earthquakes, because this is relevant for every time you've encountered a traumatic situation that's brought that response in you. You know, we go there when we're on the receiving end of abuse or violence, go into that protective mode. And so then the body gets hardwired into being fearful and getting to that protective mode, and then the world starts to feel less safe. And then we can lose our way. So I didn't know, I was doing this over and over again, and looking after the kids. So here I am, picking up the clothes very innocently, just putting them on the clothes horse outside. It was an overcast day. And then a scary bug landed on my shoulder. And I flinched, and I wrenched my shoulder so hard I gave myself adhesive capsulitis. And I was in incredible pain. I could only move my arm this much. And the next 8 to 10 months, sleeping with about 6 pillows, couldn't work as a massage or energy healer. Who am I if I can't heal? Who am I if I can't help people? Who am I if I can't even move? That all went through me, and I was stripped away to know that who am I is the light within me, despite how I show up. So it was a great teacher, but I didn't take to it initially. I was, angry, upset, and I got depressed. But it was a great teacher, and I learnt to receive. I had to receive and let others help and do things for me without feeling guilty. And it didn't come easily. I had to learn how to do that. And then, of course, I'm determined, so I fixed my shoulder and I'm all good now. But it was a great learning, and it taught me something about grief and trauma. That grief gets interrupted when we are experiencing something that's frightening. So that happens throughout our life. It happens throughout childhood, growing up as an adult. If we experience something hurtful and traumatic, and then it's not safe, it gets interrupted, and then it gets stuck in our body. So I'm hoping, yes.
Can I just throw in, you mentioned Louise
Yes.
before. Her little Bible, this is the now thinking, change
Yes.
to the new thinking,
Yes.
and it eventually does help emotionally heal and
Yes.
physically heal.
Yes.
And your shoulder is a great
Yes.
example of
Yes, it is.
losing Louise.
Yes.
Would have been my first port of call.
Yes. Well, I was already doing that, but it's a long process and multifaceted and multi-layered. And yes, wise words. So yes, I learnt to heal, but it's one thing to tell myself I love myself, and it's quite another to actually then authentically feel it. So I had to peel away the layers of pain that were in the way of me being able to feel that worth. It was a stripping away, and then suddenly I was able to really say those words and feel it. And I'm still a work in process. And I highly, highly recommend getting her book if you haven't come across her. And she's got another one called Mirror Work. So I've done my talking, and now I want to hear from you. What is it that you're aware you want to receive so that I get the most out of the next half hour, or probably 25 minutes? What would you like to receive? Have you identified things that you want help with? Because they work with our free will. They don't want you to sit here like dummies and go, I don't know, whatever. It's all about being present, being active. So what brought you here? Yes. Yes.
I'm sort of revisiting meditation and healing and stuff that I've done over the years. I've been on the planet a wee while, and I just want to reconnect and hear messages for next steps. What is it I need to learn for next part of the journey?
Thank you. So what will happen is when I bring through energy for the group, so they intersperse different messages for the group. So not rather individual messages, but the learning and the lesson here will be for you to connect to that source within, and then you ask those questions there and you'll find your own answers. Because that's how we work. We work with empowering you with the gift of your own knowing and beginning that journey of getting that diary out and writing those answers down. So you get connected with your breath, you find that stillness, it's that red light, orange, and then go when you've got yourself aligned. So I forgot to mention the green light. The green light is go when you've paused long enough to connect to your source and feel aligned. And then you ask that question. Just like that question, you ask that question.
Because when you gave us the little meditation, and the light
Yes,
was coming
good.
top and bottom, and you got to the heart and the song was mentioned.
Good.
It's not a song I've ever played, but Raindrops on Roses came through.
Right.
And then, what's her name? Eda Cassidy's Songbird came through. It was just
Great. So this is really important. She just received her own wisdom. She just received songs that are going to work for her energetically. If she plays those songs, it's going to open up her heart to joy. So this is what I'm talking about. You will have your own messages, your own insights. So without further ado, because I know I've got limited time, close your eyes and get fully present. And don't focus on the strangeness of the sounds. I don't even know what's going to come out of my mouth until it happens. I just go over. Sometimes I even sing it. So it'll be whatever they want to bring through. Just be focused on your breath. Breathe that into the safety of your own soul and your own knowing. We greet you and we bring you into the fold of our love and our light and our blessings. So the art of listening, dear ones, this is what Linda's been talking about. So important. Learn the art of listening to your body, to your light, to your own wisdom that is within. And so we will clean up your energy field and allow the debris to leave so that you can listen and feel and hear that message, like tuning into that radio station without all the static interference better. So be guided by your breath. Be guided by your heart. Welcome the energy, feelings, welcome whatever is arising in your body is there for you for your own learning. Love it unconditionally with your love and the safety of your own soul. Dia shibagri shibagri shibari de kimasa shibagara shibara kuos shibagara kios sabagara kios sabagara kios sabagara kios sabagara ukits sabari brida isamagata isamagata isamagata. Now just let that settle. And stay anchored to your breath. And stay anchored to your heart. And now we're just going to tune into filling you up with love. Unconditional love and peace. Filling you up. Himaku Shemaka. We welcome you, bright lights. Hiho Demo Isha Miko Sashabagada. Standing tall like a star here on earth. Ki o sha aimakata. Know the immensity of your body as it holds your beautiful starlight. Ki o isa shimma ira hisaka. So be like a star. Stand on the earth strong. Ki o asashabagada. Let your arms reach out to your goals like a star strong. Ki o asashimma kitaka. Let your high wisdom point upwards like a star to the heavens. Ki o shaka. Be connected to the power that is available to you. Ki o haisa shibogata. Ki a mokoti shabagati bagati bagati sapgatu shabagada. It is time to be within your own power, your own light, and to trust yourself, dear ones, that you have your own unique flavour, your own unique gifts to bring to this world your way. So be creative. Immerse yourself in things that give you passion, that move you. Welcome when you get triggered. It's an invitation for you to dive deeper, to heal that wound that's arisen in that moment. Kia, kia, kia. Powerful words. Now we're going to bring in more of a gentleness of love, the assistance of Mother Mary and Gaia. Meko shama ko te me koi, ki mama ko shamara kon me ko, ki amo, ki amo, ki amo, ki ama ko shamara te me ko, ki amo, ki amo, ki a ko la tamako, ki a ko, ki a ko, ki amo la makala mo, ki a ko, ki a ko, ki amo la mamala ko, ki a ko, ki a ko, ki a ko. Come home to your heart. Come home to the love that is available to you in each moment and each breath. Do not be afraid to ask for a help. Trust this fragrance of love. It's like a beautiful radar. It can know what is harmful, what is negative, what doesn't serve you, versus love. So get to know love really, really well, like your best friend, and it will serve you well. And now Gaia is just bringing up through some supportive energy to help you stay grounded and anchored. And we'll be working on shields as well, just to keep and protect your energy while you integrate what you've been given today. Te hai o te mai koi, te hai ai ai, ki hai ai ai, ki hai ai ai, ko makiti ai ai, ki ame ko, ki ama ko, ki ama ko ke te mahi, ki a ia, ki a ia, te ma, te ma, te ma. Walk lightly on my earth, walk lightly with yourself and respect one another. So now I'm just going to guide you to visualize a shield around you. I'm going to do this consciously because it's something that we need to do every day. Do it at night before you go to sleep to energetically look after yourself. So imagine in your mind's eye putting yourself in a beautiful bubble of light. And it can be any color you want. Quite often I use gold if I need extra protection, but you might have a specific colour that's right for you. So just put yourself in your bubble of light and call it a transformative, powerful shield. Use the word strong, because you want to feel strong. And it's transformative because it does transform that things which may come to you that you're exposed to into love. And say that this is going to be around me for 24 hours. But know that when you get tripped up in your day and you get back into reactionary mode, or you might have a blip or go into anger, that's like your bubble going pop. So get yourself back in, connect to your breath and reaffirm, I'm in my bubble of light. Don't do it from a place of fear. Do it from a place of knowing that it's important to be centered in your own space, to look after yourself energetically. And then observe. Observe how different you feel when you remember to do this. How different do you feel when you go out there in the world and immerse yourself with other people? Then you can learn to walk alongside different energies without overreacting or getting into fearful mode. You can simply witness and know that you're safe in your own bubble. And then you can walk alongside people being in the space that they are in. So, when you visualize this, I'm just going to bring in some supportive energy quickly just to help with that shielding. So, keep your eyes closed and just see that bubble. Kias bukatipikata, kias shibagadabada, kias shibagadabada, kias shibagadada, 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 kia. And in your bubble, you can also choose symbols that speak to you. It could be the Christ, cross. It could be the Star of David. It could be a rose. You can put symbols in there that speak to you of beauty and strength to help give that energy, that ball, that sacred space, your space, that supportive energy that you need. You can start your day saying, oh, I need this. Identify your need and then say, I need this. And breathe that into your bubble. Breathe that in. And know that wherever you go, you have your breath. Wherever you go, you have your light. And we have our shadows. Our shadow follows us wherever we go. So embrace your shadows. They're there to teach you something beautiful and wonderful. They're there to help you to transcend and transmute difficult situations. And by doing so, you understand the beauty and the strength of your light and why you're here. And remembering to ask those questions and to get that journal out so that you remember, because we forget. And so in your own time, I want you to breathe now into your feet. Feel connected to the earth. Breathe into your heart. Feel connected always inside your heart and your soul life and soul light and soul truth. And you know you're connected to the heavens as well. And you know that you can connect with your breath from above and below simultaneously and into your heart. And you're in your beautiful bubble. And so in your own time, when you feel present, fully here, I invite you to open your eyes, and I've got 5 minutes to answer any questions and to get feedback. And if anyone's not okay or they've got further questions, I will stay out there for an extra 5-10 minutes afterwards as well. How are people? You got to tell me something. How are we doing? Soothed? What about you ladies? You okay? You're feeling? Present. Beautiful. Peaceful. Beautiful. What about this side? Peaceful? Nice and relaxed? How are you feeling? And I don't know's okay. I don't know's beautiful space. Yes, it is. And it's often our mind that struggles, but your heart knows. So you go in your heart. You trust this. I don't know is welcome. I've had to make peace with I don't know. When I come up here, I don't know what's going to come out of my mouth until it does. So I've had to be very familiar and okay with I don't know. It's all good. How are you? Relaxed? Good. Anyone else want to share? Over here? You don't have to. It's purely optional.
I had a childhood memory surface.
Yes.
So I still need to work that.
Yep. And so now I've given you some skills, the breath work and the love, your healing team. And if in doubt, can I leave you with this really powerful statement? If in doubt, ask what would love say. Might sound silly, but it's not. All the rest is a silly business. But everything boils down to one thing, love. It's the antidote to fear, it's the antidote to judgment, confusion. So if in doubt, what would love say? And if you're not feeling the love, you've got those anchors, you've got your breath, you've got connecting to nature, you've got remembering those favourite songs, favourite flowers, passion. They're all anchor points.